Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx. Welcome back to Everlasting Summer. So who was running there towards us? Let's see. I turned around. It was Slavia, not Uliana as I thought. Oh man. Dressed in a tracksuit. This girl would probably look good in anything. Pioneer uniform, bikini, probably even a spacesuit. Hey there! Ohio, I mean, what's up? Good morning, yeah? Oh yeah, real smooth. Why didn't you come for breakfast? I overslept. I said it as if I was proud about it. But Olga Dmitrievna gave me some sandwiches. Oh great then, don't forget about the lineup. Yeah, sure. As if I could forget. Right, I got to run, enjoy yourself. She waved goodbye to me and disappeared around the path's bend. Looks like it's a couple of minutes until the lineup. I should quickly pass by home to drop off my washing bag and eat the sandwiches, and then head to the square. I swoop open the door of the camp leader cabin and rush inside as if jumping to the last car of the parting train. Hello! Hello! It didn't turn out to be the best idea because inside I found Olga Dmitrievna, who was changing. I froze on the spot trying to not to breathe. Finally the camp leader noticed me. Semyon! I looked away immediately. Have you heard of knocking? Now get out! Yeah, that was really real clumsy. Although I did enjoy the sight. Olga Dmitrievna followed me out in a minute. Here, take this. I don't know, is it me or did she look different on the previous one? A little bit. I'm talking about face. Maybe I'm wrong. Now, it is your home too. She handed me a key. I put it in my pocket. Home. Of course, if you disregard how fantastical the current events were, this camp was far from being the worst place on earth, but to call it home... I regret not going to camps like that. Should have. Just after one day spent here. I doubt I'll ever be able to do so. Alright, let's go, we're late. But what about the sandwiches? Just eat them on the way. We were passing along the lines of the pioneers' cabins while I was tucking into the ham sandwiches, and Olga Dmitrievna kept on talking and talking. She was buzzing like a game of operation with Parkinson's. But I cared about nothing but the food. Understood? Huh? You weren't listening? Sorry. Today is the first day of your new life as pioneer. And you should do your best so that it becomes a happy life. Yeah, definitely. I'm serious. A pioneer has many duties. Great responsibility is conferred upon him to participate in social work, to help his juniors, to study and study and study again. We are here all like one big family. And you'll become a part of it. Yeah, part. I'd even sign a party membership card if it could save me from listening to this nonsense. I hope that after your term here is over, you will keep the most pleasant memories about our camp. Memories that will last your whole life. And when will this term end? Why do you keep asking silly things? It seems I won't get any information from her. A shame, really. This world appears to be so friendly, but it never bothered to introduce itself to me. Perhaps now I can take things somewhat easier than yesterday. It seems like I had some unspoken case fire with it. It isn't trying to hurt me, but I am forbidden from asking questions. Of course, the situation isn't a pleasant one, but what can I do about it? A bad peace is better than a good dispute. The most important thing for you now is to make the best of the time you will spend here. I'll do my best. Honestly, I was very tired of this conversation. It would be good to know where the here is. But... we came to the square. The pioneers were already lined up. What? Is somebody not here yet? Nope. All here. She looked around at her brave pioneer troops. Alright, go stand somewhere. Weird. Why did she tell me there are no more sleeping places? While the chief was running her mouth about our plans for the week, I stared at the people. A few heads away from me stood Electronic, a little further Lena and Slavia, and at the end of the line, Uliana and Alisa. Wait, Electronic, then Slavia, Lena... And who's that? Who's that? Everyone I had met was here. Olga Dmitrievna spoke about some competitions and I turned my attention to the monument. Genda. I could not remember any revolutionary with a similar name. He had a weird posture too, as if he was looking around with distrust, maybe contempt or even disdain. Probably some local leader. Daydreaming again? Slavia brought me back to reality. Olga Dmitrievna stood nearby. Still remember the plan for the week? The plan. I will never forget the plan. Perfect! She looked at Slavia. Did you bring it? Yes! Slavia handed me a piece of paper. It's a checklist. Here are 4 tasks to check off. Do it all today. Before you start, sign up for a club. There are some clubs in the clubhouse and a musical club in a separate building. Then visit the infirmary. And finally, visit the library. Got it? Yes! The checklist seemed like a good chance to find out something, since I had to go to places I haven't been before. Then come on, start right now. What about lunch? Don't worry, I'll bring you some sandwiches. Sandwiches? No, I don't want those. Witches of Sands. No, that really is not a good idea. The checklist is more important. Good luck! They departed too fast for me to ask anything else. Missed breakfast, now I'll miss lunch too. This ain't good. Maybe I'll manage in time somehow. Lunch starts at 1 PM. Then again, if I go there, I might miss a place from the checklist. Okay, it's too early to go to the canteen anyway. Why? But why? Alright, this is the square. But it's the closest place. Let's go to the kitchen dining area. Nevertheless, I decided to have a lunch. The checklist is going to run away. I'll get it signed later, while my stomach clearly won't wait till dinner. With these thoughts, I entered the canteen. There was almost nobody inside. Apparently, most pioneers had lunch already. A lunch lady of impressive proportions provided me with a glorious meal of 3 dishes, a soup, a pressed broth. Goulash from Levantly Pavlovich, garnished with potatoes, boiled according to the crazy fashion of the 15th century, and a periodic table compote. Hardly a menu 5-star restaurant would any, but I was too hungry to care. After all, compared to my usual meal of ramen and macaroni, cheese, this indeed wasn't too bad. I sat in the nearest table and concentrated on chewing. My focus was soon disturbed by a sudden mighty slap on my back. I even choked. Uliana was standing in front of me with a victorious look on her face. I'll choke the life out of you one day. Oh, catch me if you can. She stuck her tongue out. You tried once and couldn't. Alright, then I'll ambush you somewhere. That's not fair! Look who's talking, Miss Fair Play. I grinned. Okay, you wait, I'll get some food and come back, we'll eat together. I could do without such company, better hurry up with my lunch. However, Uliana came back after just half a minute. She had a huge roast beef on her plate and a few large boiled potatoes. Compared to my raw feast. Where do you get that? Got any places? She looked at me and grinned with all her 32, or however many she had, teeth. I won't stand for this. I never was a master of pranks, and in school I often found myself on the bullied side. but I had to get back at her somehow. And what if Olga Dmitrievna finds out that you're stealing food? I'm not stealing! She flared up. That's what you're going to tell her. I wonder if she'll believe you. And how would she know? Well, that depends. On many things. Like what? Uliana looked me in the eyes. Bring me a bun. A sweet one. Where am I supposed to get it? Well, the same places where you got all this? I pointed at her plate. She hesitated. Alright, one bun. And promise you won't tell Olga Dmitrievna? You have the word of a pioneer. She ran off towards the kitchen. Without hesitating, I opened the pepper box and emptied it into her drink. Just as I finished, the restless girl came back. Here, you rocketeer! Looks like she didn't notice. Okay, now who drinks his compound last car strays? Don't be silly! Silly? Watch me. I won't play these childish games. Look who's talking! I smiled maliciously. Huh? You watch me then. 1, 2, 3! She didn't even let me grab my glass, and in one quick motion downed her drink. In just 1 second, her expression changed to that of authentic terror. Her cheeks went red and her eyes were about to pop out. That was terrible from you, man. She jumped from the table and rushed to the table with the drinking water, spitting and yelling as she went. Yeah! I decided not to wait for her and went outside, giggling to myself while finishing my bun. Infirmary then. What's the point of visiting the infirmary? My health was fine. The fresh local air clearly did me some good. I felt fresher than usual. But I just have to visit it. I entered. A common infirmary, like my school doctor's room. A middle-aged woman sat at the table. Hello! Obviously she was a nurse. Hello! She gazed intently at me, assessing me while continuing to write something. Well, hello, pioneer, said the nurse without being distracted from her work. Hello, good afternoon, ma'am. I have something. Sit down, please. I looked around the room. On the couch. I sat down. Strip! She said all of it with an even tone. What for? To inspect, to auscultate, to check on your health, you know? By the way, my name is Violetta, but you can call me Viola. She turned to me. What are you waiting for? Strip! But I have no health issues, I've got this! I neatly gave her the paper. Later. She took the stethoscope off her neck, seeming like she intended to probe me with it. But then someone knocked on the door. The nurse answered unwillingly. Come in. In a moment the door opened widely and Electronic rushed inside. Electronic, get the fuck out of here right now! What are you doing? You are interrupting an important meeting. Hello, I fell during the game. Nonsense, no, of course. I'm okay, but Olga Dmitrievna... There was massive bruise under Electronic's eye. I doubt that this could be a football injury. Why not? Sit down, I'll have a look. She said to him. And you, pass me your checklist. The nurse quickly signed it and continued. If something hurts, come to me immediately, pioneer. I will. I decided not to answer and went out, closing the door behind me. Pet nurse is surely something else. Yes, she is. Library. Actually, I love reading, but spending my days in a library under the current circumstances was well beyond my scope. So I'd better hurry up with this checkpoint. God damn it. stupid electronic. As I stepped inside, a memory from my childhood emerged in my head. It was very vivid. I am 7 or 8 years old. I'm in the library with my mother. While she's looking through the books I might need for my studies, I'm sitting in the corner and looking through their collection of comic books. Back then I didn't know why they had so many, or why couldn't I take some with me. The notion of collective property was something my mind hadn't grasped yet at the age. However, back then, the whole concept of property was pretty hazy to me. This memory seemed even stranger now, while I was standing in this particular camp, where they might have managed to build communism in 3 years. Soviet symbolism was all over the place, and the shelves were full of related literature. Of course, I wasn't planning to read any of these. Getting acquainted with a full collection of books by Marx was the last thing on earth I would think of. Where's the librarian? I didn't spend much time looking for her. Oh, that's the girl I didn't know at the square. I looked closely. Short hair, thick glasses, rather cute face. She was snoring so peacefully I couldn't just wake her up. I can wait. If she doesn't wake up in half an hour, maybe then. I couldn't just sit there, so I took a random book from the nearest bookshelf. Arthur Schopenhauer, The World as Will and Representation. I opened it roughly in the middle and started reading. The life of a man, with its endless upkeep, wants and suffering, is to be regarded as the explanation of paraphrase of the procreative act, the absolute claim of the will to live, and furthermore, it is also the reason the man owes nature his death, and thinks with anxiety of this debt. Is this not the evidence that our existence involves guilt? At any rate, we always exist, from time to time paying with death for our birth. We always exist and alternately bear all the joy and sorrow of life, since neither of both can pass us without some effect. This is the result of our stated will to live. Thus, the fear of death, which in spite of all the miseries of life holds us firmly to it, is really elusive, but just as elusive is the impulse which has attracted us into it. This attraction itself may be seen objectively as the mutual longing glances of two lovers. They are the purest expression of the will to live, in its affirmation. How gentle and tender it is. It wants happiness and quiet pleasure and mild joys for itself, for others, for all. Someone knocked on the door. And we will know who is it in the next episode, actually. Damn, that nurse was hot. Alright, let's end this here and see you in the next one. I will record it in a second. After ending this one, it will be continued. For me, the playing. For you, it will be the next day, actually. Well, see you then. Bye.